Hello, viewers. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are watching us from here at the UNN TV. My name is Hanifa. I am a team member here at the UNN, and I'll be hosting a new show called Your Rights and the Law here at the UNN TV. We intend for this show to run twice a week, if all goes as planned, of course. At the UNN, we are not the most knowledgeable or the most educated individuals, but we are here to share the little knowledge and the little information we have with you, our viewers. And we also learn from you, our viewers, because it is believed that in a democratic society, an informed citizen is an active citizen. And that successful democracies around the world depend on the active participation of its informed citizens. This aligns well with our aim here at the UNN, that is, to keep you informed to enable you become an active citizen of Uganda. The topic today is about civic education. Well, we start with what is civic education? Civic education is the study of the rights and obligations of citizens in a society. Civic education is more about empowering citizens to be active, and it relates to behaviors affecting other citizens, particularly in the context of urban development. Civic education is not a new thing in Uganda, interestingly. The history of civic education dates back to the colonial days. Civic education is also provided for in the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. The Constitution provides for the creation and nurturing of democratic society in which all citizens have the right to participate in the affairs of their government. Civic education enhances the people's competence and opportunity to participate meaningfully and responsibly in self-governance. Article 30 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda provides for the right to education, where all citizens in Uganda have a right to education. All citizens in Uganda. Further, Article 30, Part 2 provides that every Ugandan has a right to participate in peaceful activities to influence the policies of the government through civic organizations. On the other hand, democracy means a system of governance where the power rests within the people. However, in Uganda, under the Museveni regime, or the dictatorial regime, civic education, which was commonly known as civics or political education, was intentionally scrapped off the Ugandan syllabuses, both in schools and tertiary institutions. Because of this, Ugandan citizens have been deliberately left uninformed when it comes to education of their government, democracy, and political leaders. This has created very inactive citizens simply because they are not informed. So, what is the purpose of civic education anyways? The main aim of civic education is to empower citizens to understand the political environment so that you, the citizen, can participate in democratic processes of your country. This is why civic education is sometimes referred to as democracy education. One basic component of civic education is it provides citizens with knowledge, such as knowledge on your rights as Ugandan citizens, and also knowledge of rights of an ordinary Ugandan. Civic education further teaches you, the ordinary Ugandan, about the roles and functions of the government institutions and the Ugandan parliament. Remember, knowledge empowers citizens to know and claim their rights and to demand the good governance from their elected leaders. Through civic education, you learn what you can do to support democracy in your country as it is stipulated in the Ugandan Constitution. So, why is civic education fundamental? The overall aim of civic education is to promote active citizens and responsible citizens and successful democracies. Like I mentioned earlier, this is why this kind of education was intentionally denied to Ugandans by the dictatorial regime. Successful democracies depend on you and me, the citizen, in a way that we can check in the government and our elected leaders. By checking in government and leaders, you, the citizen, you are holding your leaders accountable and demand them to fulfill their promises. As an informed citizen of Uganda, where things have gone wrong and leaders are not doing what they have promised and what they are supposed to do, because you are now informed, you are able to mobilize and educate others on what leaders are supposed to be doing. And also demand elected leaders to perform. Why is your participation important, and what are democratic responsibilities? As a responsible citizen who is an active citizen, you have the responsibility to respect and defend the laws and the constitutional values of Uganda. Citizen participation is very important feature in any functioning democracy. Your participation as an active citizen. The more knowledge you gain, the more power you have to claim your constitutional rights. It is your responsibility to vote for the leaders, and you, the Ugandan citizen, did this in the just concluded elections. Now this is up to us to exercise our constitutional rights and demand our victory. Remember, you are not a spectator. As I conclude, we'll recap on what we have shared. Civic education further teaches you, the ordinary Ugandan, about the roles and functions of the government, institutions, and the Ugandan parliament. Remember, knowledge empowers citizens to know and claim their rights and to demand good governance from elected leaders. Through civic education, you learn what you can do to support democracy in your country as stipulated in the Ugandan Constitution. So, why is civic education fundamental? The overall aim of civic education is to promote active and responsible citizens in successful democracies. Like I mentioned earlier, this is why this kind of education was deliberately scrapped off the Ugandan syllabuses by the dictatorial regime. Successful democracies depend on you and me, the citizen, in a way that we can check in the government and also check in our elected leaders. By checking in the governments and leaders, you, the citizen, you are holding your leaders accountable and demanding them to fulfill their promises. As an informed citizen of Uganda, where things have gone wrong and leaders are not doing what they have promised and they are supposed to do, because you are now an informed citizen, you are able to mobilize and educate others on what leaders are supposed to do, and also demand elected leaders to perform. Why is your participation important and your democratic rights? As a responsible citizen who is an active citizen, you have a responsibility to respect and defend the laws and the constitutional values of Uganda. Citizen participation is a very important feature in a functioning democracy. Uganda needs active participation as a citizen. The more knowledge you gain, the more power you have to claim your constitutional rights. It's your responsibility to vote for your leaders, and you, the Ugandan citizen, did this in the just concluded elections. Now it is up to us to exercise our constitutional right and demand our victory. Remember, we are not spectators. As I conclude, we'll recap on what I have shared earlier, that what is civic education is about, that is about knowledge, what democracy means in the constitution, and that knowledge is power, and that if we are all aware of the power we hold, we can use it to a collective benefit. For example, if you knew If you knew of your constitutional rights as a Ugandan citizen, like rights to basic education, you could be able to demand for better schools for all because this is your constitutional right. The more knowledge you gain as a citizen, the more power you have to claim your constitutional granted right to improve your life situation. As Ugandans, we have the power to change the political practices, political leaders, and political decisions for the benefit of all Ugandans. Here at the UNN, we would like to inspire you, the citizen of Uganda, to play your active role as a defender of the democratic values, inclusive prosperity, and justice. Once again, thank you for watching and for sharing this information. You can leave your comments in the comment section below and provide feedback on how we can improve or what you would like to learn more about. You can email us or contact us through hello@getunn.com or just for your contribution. Until next time, have a great evening, a good morning, or a good afternoon. Once again, my name is Hanifa. See ya. Ciao.